Morning again, this is Rabbi Shlomo first at the Yeshiva Tsama Nafshi, here in Yerushalyim, HaKodesh. This is our second shir in Mishna Berura. Hilchos Tisha B'Av in the 3 weeks, in Simin Tov Kuf Nun, Sif Beis. Yeah, I'm not like to begin.
Soma Talalu, these fasts, Kusmi Tisha B'Av, except for Tisha B'Av. Mutar and Berchitza, we can wash the sikha and anoint when our Nayalat Sandal and to wear shoes, the Tashmish and have relations. They ain't Sarach Lahafsik B'Av Mibillion. We don't have to stop doing it the night before.
Okay, let's see the Mishna Berura. So that's in general, right? In general, right. These fasts, that's basically Yud Zoyin G'Tamis, Soyim Gedalia, and the Sorah B'Tavis. Right. Those fasts, they are permissible to bathe and to anoint yourself. You can wear shoes and have marital relations, and you don't have to stop while it's still daytime going into the fast. You can continue eating up until, we'll see, Olas HaShachar, until day, which is dawn, and we'll see about if you've gone to sleep and you want to wake up and eat something, you have to make certain provisions for that. We'll see that in the Mishna Berura, Mitzvah Shem. Sivka involved in the Mishna Berura.
Mutar Berchitza, it's okay to take to wash yourself. The Visha Shirotzu the Kiblu Aleim Latsum, the whole Arba Tanya Kanal, because when you, the time that you accept to fast these 4 fasts, Lo Kiblu Aleim Tiyu Bechomer Tani Tzibur, which it wasn't accepted, it would be, what's Chomer?
So serious.
Serious started. Ketisha B'Av, Kishwa. Lefisha Ein Brova Tzibur Yachom Lamud Ba, because most of the population would not be able to withstand it.
Right. So this is going back Shas Shirasu the Kibu. So at the time they were willing and they accepted upon themselves. Meaning when Klal Yisrael decided at that time that they weren't going to assume all these 4 fasts, right? As was explained previously. So at that time it was never included in what they accepted. The seriousness of all the strictness of Tisha B'Av, right, the other 3 fasts. For Tisha B'Av, they did accept all the strictnesses that we're accustomed to, the Moyeg, meaning you stop eating when it's still daytime of the previous day, you don't wear shoes and don't do all the other things we just mentioned, even beginning at night and throughout the whole day of Tisha B'Av. The other 3 fasts, right, even though they're fast days, but they weren't accepted upon themselves all the stringencies of Tisha B'Av, because they realized that people would be a little bit too much for people to be expected to do that 4 times during the year. So it's enough they just do it on Tisha B'Av, and then of course you have to do it on Yom Kippur. That's the Raisa, but that wasn't the question that was being dealt with at the time.
Is Yom Kippur the model that we're following when we say they accepted the stringencies for Tisha B'Av?
In general, yeah. Yom Kippur is the classic fast and all the things which we are taught to refrain from on Yom Kippur. That's the basic prototype.
Were the other 3 fasts didn't accept the...
They did not accept the stringencies of Tisha B'Av, correct.
Because why?
Because it would be unacceptable for people to do all those things 4 times a year. It's not we do it once for Yom Kippur, and once on Tisha B'Av. That was something which would be acceptable, but it was understood that it would be too much to expect people to do this on a cyclic process during the whole course of the year, 3 times during the year.
What Mishna Berura is this?
Mishna Berura is Tov Kuf Nun, Sivka Inval.
Uval Nefesh Yachim B'Kulam Timot Tisha B'Av. Somebody who cares for a soul should be machmir like Tisha B'Av.
Right, so you see a person that really is concerned. Right, again, we have to realize that the fasts, as we learned previously at the beginning of the week, the fasts are really designed for us to come to a situation where we regret the causes of why things happened on these days, and we try and make rectification within ourselves and do tshuva, right? So a person who really seriously cares about that and is wanting to try and change himself, so it'll be strict to assume all these stringencies of Tisha B'Av upon himself in order to achieve the desired effect of a proper tshuva. Okay? Right. Baal Nefesh is Yachmir, the second line from the bottom. Baal Nefesh is Yachmir, he's stringent with himself, he called Kamoy Tisha B'Av, with all the days of his fast like they were Tisha B'Av, except, there are a couple of
Ela
exceptions.
she'im chal lel tefillah yikam onata. So if the night of the tefillah comes that night, she should go to the tefillah. V'gam ben ila tasandal yiyachim mishum huchad ve'itmula. And also regarding wearing shoes, you should don't be machmer because of, I don't know, huchad ve'itmula.
No, because you shouldn't not wear shoes on the rest of the fast days. Why? Because it's going to be a unusual and funny situation. The people, I mean, especially going to walk around, everyone's wearing shoes, and you are not wearing shoes, right? And we're talking about him when he's wearing no shoes at all. He's barefoot, right? So this guy who's walking around barefoot is going to be a laughing stock. People are going to make fun of him. He's going to be a laughing stock. So therefore, he shouldn't go in public and not wear shoes.
So this was presuming that shoes without leather weren't available.
Yeah, right. They didn't have those shoes. They had wooden shoes. So that's a question whether a person should be machmir to wear shoes which are not leather on these days. If he's a Baal Nefesh, that's a good question.
Because you can get shoes that have no leather that look exactly
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
you'll
shoes
never,
with leather.
yeah, you'll never know.
Nobody would even know.
Right, right. I've spoken about wooden shoes, wearing wooden shoes and things like this. Shoes, they had certain shoes, well, they were the foot coverings, I don't know if you call them actual shoes. They had certain foot coverings which were made of other materials as well, even in their time. So the question
Like
is,
moccasins they had, I think,
Yeah.
way back then.
yeah, it's probably leather also.
Oh, yeah.
But they had other things made of plant materials and other stuff.
V'chein im chal asar b'teves b'erev Shabbos, and also if asar b'teves falls erev Shabbos, ein lehachmir b'chitza b'chaim b'nikvot Shabbos. You don't have to be machmer and not take a hot bath because of erev Shabbos.
Right. So then, since is on Shabbos, so it's a fast day, right? You're fasting, but yet you want to get ready for Shabbos as well, right? It's a mitzvah to take a Shabbos, so a nice hot shower, a nice hot bath for the covered Shabbos. So you can go ahead and do it.
The ain't tzarech v'kulim b'yodom. You don't have to stop before then, the night before. Kemo b'tisha like Tisha B'Av. Ela mutar bahem b'achila u'shtia balad. Except you're allowed to eat and drink at night.
That's right.
Kol arba tzoma talalu im chaluliyah b'Shabbat nidchim laShabbat. These 4 fasts, if they fall on Shabbos, they are moved to after Shabbat. Im chalu be'erev Shabbos, and if they fall erev Shabbos, korin b'shachas mincha b'yichal. We read b'yichal. Ve'im yesh chuppah b'yom ha'tanit be'erev Shabbos, and the chuppah tanit erev Shabbos. Not only called mincha the likro vayichal, the dan mincha, you read vayichal, the achar kach osim tachupa, and after the chuppah. I'm assuming that this is talking about asar b'teves, because most of the fasts do not fall on Friday.
Correct.
Alright. Gimel. Kol arba tzomos, all these 4 fasts. Kol lav dafka dil olam ein asara b'teves cha b'Shabbat.
That's right. That's what you said. It's not all. The Lashon is all, but it's really only reference to Torah.
Nifkin dachim, push it after Shabbat, the local not before. Dafuke pur anuta lo maknim, because something bad, we don't make it early.
Right. So that's the question. I mean, this is exactly the case this coming Shabbos. This coming Shabbos is Zion Tet Tammuz. So really we should be fasting according to the calendar date. We pull out on Shabbos. But of course, since we don't fast on Shabbos, the only time you'll ever fast on Shabbos is Yom Kippur. That's right. But all the other fasts, even Tisha B'Av, if it comes out on Shabbos, as it will again also this year, Bez Hashem is simple, not a kindness, but Bez Hashem, the kindness when it comes out on Shabbos is pushed off, delayed another day till Yom Rishon, and we don't make it the day or two earlier, say on Yom Kavishia or on Erev Shabbos, because something which is a perennious, which is a distressful thing, you don't want to proceed. You don't want to have it early.
Ve'im chol Erev Shabbos, and it fell on Erev Shabbos. Highly shana gam kain lav davka. Highly shana gam
Yeah.
kain.
Also this expression that it was chal on Erev Shabbos is also lav dafka.
Right.
Why? He explains all the other fasts, right?
Right. The chorava tzomot gam kain I efshar lachul be'erev Shabbos lefi hakivut ha'nuvuar lein. And because of the calendar, they cannot follow Erev Shabbos. Ki im asar b'tevis, except for asar b'tevis. B'shach chursu mincha v'yichal v'hu hatin the omer hashaliach tzibur anenu bein goler. For this is a halacha that the shaliach tzibur says anenu between Rifa'enu between anenu by Rifa'enu.
Right. You know that. Remember that in the siddur, right?
Right.
Good.
Well, it's only the chazan.
We say it.
Aval ein omrim vidui nefilat payim b'mincha. We don't say vidui or nefilat payim b'mincha. Lefi she'erev Shabbos considered Shabbos. Mitam zeh, because of this, ein lasu be'erev Shabbat Yom Kippur Katan. You don't make Yom Kippur Katan erev Katan be'im Rosh Chodesh v'shev Rosh Shabbos. Ki im be'yom Chamishi lefanav. You do it on the Thursday before. Lefi she'ein lomar slichos gam v'viduim be'erev Shabbos mincha, because we don't say slichos and vidui on Erev Shabbos by Mincha. You bet.
That's if they made the chuppah.
Chuppah.
Right.
ואחר כך עושים את החופה. ואז החתן לשתות מכוס של ברכה כיוון שעדיין בעוד יום. And the chat cannot drink from that because it's still daytime.
Still daytime, so we can't.
And not to לתינוק לשתות, so he gives it to a little boy to drink.
To drink. Right.
ובנדחה, but if it was moved, יכול חתן לשתות מכוס של ברכה. Wait a minute. We're talking here, the only time we can do this, we said, is Asar B'Tev. Asar B'Tev is never Nitche.
Right.
So, if it's, what does he mean by Nitche?
I mean, I think he's referring to, let's say they can have, this week, let's say we would have a chuppah Yom Rishon, this Yom Rishon.
You
Right?
can't have one Yom Rishon.
That's the 3 weeks, yeah, so what's he talking about? I'm not sure.
Okay, so we'll find out.
Yeah.
יכול החתן לשתות מכוס של ברכה. החתן can drink from כוס של ברכה, וכן לאכול ולשתות אחר כך, and you can also eat and drink after. ואין לקמן בסימן תלכוס סמך בית סעיף בית, ואם התני תור רף מחמת עצמו, שהוא התענה ביום זה. אין סף להשם, but if he did his own personal fast, he doesn't have to finish it. וכן כשחל אחד מהצומות בתוך שבעת ימי חנוכה, and also one of his fast fasts in the Shemi on the 7 days of the chuppah, Yashim Tanit, you should finish time of a yahrzeit, ain't tzarech litana b'toch shivat yimei chuppah. But if he has a yahrzeit, he doesn't fast and during the 7 days of chuppah. Im nasa betula o bachor amana.
7 days of what?
The Sheva brachas.
Sheva brachas, right. That's talking about the 7 days after the wedding, so the days of rejoicing for him, the custom. So he doesn't have to fast for yahrzeit or no reason.
So normally you fast for your time?
There's a minute to fast
Yes.
for yahrzeit, yes. There's a minute.
The
24
Shabbat.
hours or
I think it's only from the daytime. From the
in the daytime?
Yeah. But, you,
Oh,
should,
right, at daytime.
you can ask. I'm not sure if everyone is know to do it. Some people make a siyum and they can eat that. Okay, we'll have to stop for next year.
That was
Yeah. Okay, good. Go ahead.